All right, good afternoon, everybody. And I realize that I literally just threw this on, so I'm not imagining a lot of people will be watching this live, but I wanted to go ahead and get a recorded version of our Golden Light Academy strategy for 2025 and really looking at where are we going this year? What are we doing? We have some exciting things going on at Golden Global in the world of James B. Golden, and I'm really excited to reflect a little bit on 2024, some of the lessons that I learned, and to talk a little bit about where we're going. And so I'm excited for you all to see and to experience, and let's do it. Okay, so this is going to be extremely informal for me. And I didn't want to start with a guest. We're going to have a guest next week. But today, I really just wanted to talk about where we're going, looking at how you might be able to build a strategy for yourself that will allow you the opportunity to start to think about what do I want to accomplish this year? And we can do that by talking a little bit about what we're doing this year. Now, one of the things that's important to me is really reflecting on 2024. And 2024 was an incredible year for us. We got some amazing projects started, and Golden Global made some changes. We went a few different directions. The first thing that I think about from last year was the launch of the Global Golden Mindset newsletter. And this newsletter was really important to me. It was something that was an opportunity to talk to people who, one, haven't heard from me in a long time, but two, to be able to share some of the messages and the learnings that I've had and that I continue to have along my journey so that we can all be lifted. And so I'm going to try to make sure that we get this right. And so I want y'all to pray for me, whether you're on here live or we are watching. Okay, so when I think about the Global Golden Mindset newsletter, and if you guys aren't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. Going back to the early beginnings, my goal really was to not only explain that Golden Global is here, but it really was about being able to create this specific mindset for leaders throughout the year. And I knew that wellness was important. I knew that I wanted leaders to feel a sense of ownership, the ability to be able to create some social impact. And I thought about my initial phase of Golden Global, which really was about these small ventures that were going to light up the world. And as we went throughout the year, something major happened right around this point, towards the beginning of the year. And there was a very tragic loss of someone who died by suicide. And this was a really important and powerful woman in education. And it really shifted my mindset completely as a person who has built a school and as the chief academic officer of a college. It weighed really heavily on me. A lot of my friends and associates were Black women who were in education. And I said, I'm not really interested in going the route that I was doing before. Yes, I do want people to heal. Yes, I do want to talk about wellness, but I want to do it a little bit differently with this organization. And so my company shifted, and we started to really think about rituals and healing and envisioning equity within healthcare. And it's really a blessing when I think about my abilities as a leader to be able to share little pieces of myself. A lot of people knew me as an artist prior to building a school. And then people knew me in California for building TTC College, for launching these incredible programs within the state of California in the prison system, and working to make sure that people could get jobs, Californians could get jobs, being able to create programs that were entryways into the healthcare field. And so we talked a lot about that this year. I think that some of the important things for me were being able to thread in art as a longtime musician and somebody who has so much respect and honors the artists that I love. I found that to be a wonderful way for us to be able to connect and to honor people like Bob Marley and Whitney. And if you read my December piece, you know it was on Mariah Carey, which we love Mariah, but I'm not going to get into that. I also went through some difficult moments in 2024. You know, there was moments where I felt like my leadership was being challenged, where there were barriers, and I was really transparent talking about what it felt like to potentially have clowns in the workplace, or what it felt like to be in the lion's den and wanting to be the light in spaces. And as we continue to go with leading with conscience, celebrating my parents during Mother's Day and Father's Day, and this year we're going to do something really cool with them. And I'm going to drag them into the talk series, and you guys will really get some information. And so you'll get to meet some really great people. I appreciate about the global golden mindset being able to celebrate community heroes that we've known within our field and within the industry, but people like Father Greg Boyle, who is someone I have studied literally and who I have watched grow Homeboy Industries from its very inception. And I remember him coming very early on when they were just a small organization attached to the church, that he would come and speak to the youth that I was working with. And I remember thinking, like, this man has heart. He has this ability to draw people in, to explain the stories of Los Angeles to people who otherwise might think differently of it, and to be able to spotlight some of his work, some of the work of my mentors, people that I read, has been a wonderful opportunity through the global golden mindset. And then I think as we got towards the end of the year, it was really clear that we were talking about transitions. And every year we make transitions. Every day we are transitioning who we are and becoming something new. And if we're not, then we probably don't need to be in these roles. But you guys got to see what it was like for me to start to let go, to move into new spaces, to be able to influence this beautiful college a little bit differently than I have for the last 5 years, and to be able to root our team on, to send them money and students, and to be able to hand over the operational reins. And that's been really exciting to be on that journey and to share that with all of my incredible comrades. You know, shout out to Kendrick Lamar. We know that, you know, there was a lot going on for him last year, and I'm so excited for this year. But this has been a wonderful piece of Golden Global and something that I've been really proud of. And I'm excited to see this incredible moment continue in 2025. And I think that what we'll see with the newsletter is this opportunity for us to speak our truth, to have a place to be able to say to the world, I am here and I have thoughts. This is something that you all can take with you as you're thinking about strategizing for 2025. What's the thought? Where are you really feeling? Where are you putting your ideas? Where are you taking what's in your mind and putting it out into the world? The world needs to hear what's going on. The world needs to hear your perspective. This is how we're going to be able to make changes as not only leaders, but as a species on this planet. We need to be able to speak the truth. We need to be able to give our perceptions and perspectives because they're really unique and they're really important. I noticed that with one newsletter in particular, which was Leading in the Lion's Den, the burden and honor of being a Black executive in education. And this was something that I was really proud of writing. And this is something that I've spoken a lot about last year, and that I've had organizations and people who are looking to get that this year. They're saying, we want you to be able to come out and speak about what are the unique needs of people of color, of Black leaders, of Black educators in these spaces. I remember last year, actually the year before last, I did a few of those presentations, one with Ventura Unified School District, where I talked to their entire teaching staff. And we talked about the needs of Black students in classes. And a few years ago, I did one with NADAC, which is the National Addiction Association. And we talked specifically about what are the needs of Black students within these SUD, substance use disorder programs. And what's really unique is that it's important for us to replicate this across all of our different intersections and margins. I would love to see these same conversations happen about the specific and unique needs of all groups that are underprivileged and marginalized. And so I'm really excited this year to be able to do a lot more of that nationally, and to be speaking at educational conferences, talking about how we built TTC College. This wasn't something that just accidentally came together. It was very intentional. We wanted to make sure that we had the right team, that we were choosing students that would be successful, that were coming from communities that are underprivileged or underrepresented in healthcare. And so to have all of these things coalesce and to marry into these wonderful presentations, I'm very excited to see that happen over the next year. And my team, shout out to my team, is working really hard to get TTC College really on the map nationally, but then also, you know, we're on the Golden Global Enterprises side, we're connecting all over and making some big dents. I really enjoyed last year being able to amp up my speaking engagements. And I've always been a speaker, but I haven't really spent days and days and days consecutively doing it. And so this year, 2024 in particular, really gave me the opportunity to meet the people, you know, and for them not to just read my articles on Medium or to check into what I'm doing on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, but to really have a moment where I can actually connect with them, and we can talk about what it means to be a leader. We can talk about healing spaces. We can talk about how to be well, what it means to actually rest, how to be someone who is culturally humble and work within systems. And so that was a really exciting opportunity. Some of the memorable talks from last year, I think speaking in Massachusetts was one of them, and talking to prevention professionals around substance use disorder. And in particular, we were talking about how to create these spaces where within our organizations and companies, we would be able to diversify the pool of employees that we're hiring. And so I got to really talk about the strategic partnerships between TTC College and many of the other key bodies in California, like CDCR, which runs all of the prisons in California, or talking about some of our incredible relationships with community social impact organizations like Continuity Consulting, or to be able to talk about how our team built these relationships with SAPC, which is our local body for substance use in Los Angeles, and how that produced many different opportunities for students to come in and get an education for free. when we are able to use our voice, use our businesses to create a change in our world, it's pretty phenomenal. And so that's what Golden Global was all about last year. That's what we're looking forward to doing this year. One of the things I want you guys to do is to write your vision. Write your vision as if you are your own company, as if you, as an individual, regardless of where you work or what your roles are, that you have the opportunity to represent in Apple or a LinkedIn or a TTC college for yourself. And what does that look like? I have a vision, and people will think I'm playing games, but what you can see is it doesn't have to be this standard vision board. I did a web this year, partly because I was tired and I didn't feel like doing all that graphic stuff this year. But I was really able to map out who is James B. Golden and how is he showing up this year. We're only on this earth for a little bit of time. And so I want to spend my time wisely. So I want to encourage you guys to write your vision. Now, one of the visions that I have for this year, and everybody who is going to watch this recording later on YouTube or LinkedIn, I really want you guys to join us, join Golden Global when it comes to our community impact initiatives. This is the most exciting thing for me. Those who know me, and during Thanksgiving, I was down on Skid Row handing out food with some of my brothers. And I really want us to think about personally making community impact. But if you need a starting place, if you need somewhere that you can join in on a project, go to our website, check out some of the things that we'll be doing. And we'll be doing these all year. And so the first one that's coming up that I can tell you about is that we've partnered with the LA Food Bank, and we will be out there in March on a Saturday morning, really helping the food bank out here. And then we're going to be working with Midnight Mission this year. We have some initiatives that I'm speaking into existence with the city, where we're going to really be able to address the needs of unhoused people. I think that this year there have been highs and lows with being able to really be there for people who are unhoused or who are food insecure. And it's time for us to get on board. I mean, everybody needs to be concerned about making sure that Angelenos and Californians have a place to live. They have a roof over their head. They have opportunities to live on their own. And so a lot of our global community impact this year is going to be centered around helping Los Angeles to get on track. We have things to do, and I just don't believe that in this day and age in 2025 that homelessness has to exist. This is something that it's not a myth that it can be healed. That's not a myth. That's something that's very actionable and that's doable. And so I'm really excited about the community impact. We'll be doing several things. They'll be posted. And if you are following me on LinkedIn, or, I'm on Threads and Instagram now. So they just got me on there. I got a few followers, but I'm gonna wear y'all down with information, because we need to not just be out here making money. We also need to be making impact in our community. And Golden Global is a great place to be able to do that. I'm not gonna hold you guys too much longer. I think one of the things that was really exciting for us this year was the official launch of Golden Light Academy, which is the learning and development hub of Golden Global. So Golden Global's been around, and everything that I've been doing has sort of been tied into Golden Global. But in particular, Golden Light Academy was the very first part of our company that I dreamed one night. And I remember, and I went and talked to my most sacred apprentice of all time, and I said, Haben, I really want to do this academy that is just completely unique and that really speaks to the needs of the community, and it's going to lift up leaders, but it's also going to teach us about wellness. And so that's where Golden Light came from. And our first talk was with Janelle Black. Now, if you guys caught this, this was definitely our pilot. And Janelle is a wonderful, wonderful therapist and business owner in Atlanta. But we had a great time. We got to talk about what was going on out in Atlanta. We really got to think about grief in terms of how we as individuals, how we as leaders can and should manage our grief and honor it and speak to it. And I love that that happened during the holidays in particular, because that's a time where we're spending so much time giving and there's so much pain that a lot of people are carrying. And so it's just a beautiful opportunity and moment for us to be able to connect, to have this incredible therapist, licensed therapist on, and to feed our souls. That's what we're doing this year. We are feeding souls. We are teaching. I'm going to be doing a lot of consulting and working with a lot of organizations and companies around leadership. So if you know anybody that you think would be wonderful to partner with Golden Global, feel free to reach out. You know, if you're on LinkedIn, you already know I'm on there every day. You can DM, send me a message, hit up Golden Global. We are excited about what's to come this year. So the strategy for us is to heal this planet. And the way that we're planning to do that is through strategic partnerships with all of y'all. Those who are ready, companies that are ready, organizations that are ready to make real change and to be able to thrive and be successful, but also to understand that there are people out there who need us. And sometimes it's not just the people on the street. It might be somebody in the cubicle next to you. Everything that we do this year will center around this social impact, whether it is the Golden Light Talk series that's going to happen every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or if it's the videos that you guys see on YouTube, brand new YouTube channel, Golden Global Enterprises. Ask Dr. Golden, there's a weekly series that comes out every weekend where I'm answering questions from people around the world, people online, apprentices, people who are just looking for, what do I do moving forward? How can I be the best? How can I be my best? How can I be well? How can I be healed? And then if you have people who are struggling, mental health, substance use, that need some support, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to get some help for them and to guide them through their process. And we have some incredible consultants working with Golden Global this year. And I'm really excited. I think this is the next step of a phenomenal moment, a phenomenal social impact enterprise. And I am honored that I could be the vessel upon which we can start to heal this world. And so I look forward to seeing you all this year, and feel free to reach out if you guys need anything. But for now, be courageous, be authentic, be vulnerable, but most importantly, be healed. Blessings to you all, and I'll see you soon. Oh.